all of man's problems arises from him not being able to sit alone for a few minutes. It could also be said the other way. All of man's revelations and great ideas come when he's alone. There's something magical about being alone because it's the sole reason that we have life-changing philosophies, beautiful music, and electricity because the ideas for those things could only come when you're in a state of placidity and calmness. That's when your mind is free to roam and engage different thoughts. And today's video is about whether being a hikikomori, meaning being in seclusion, can actually make you wiser. And the short answer is yes. Being alone and a hikikomori can make you wiser in different ways. It's common sense that the more you do something, the better you'll be at it. This goes the same for your mind. The more you use it, the better equipped it will be when you need it. To be fit physically, you have to exercise, you have to be in motion because physically your body needs to, if you want to be healthy, you need to be exercising. But for your reasoning, for your intellectual powers, becoming sharper, you need to be in a state of placidity, tranquility, as they say. You have to give your mind enough space and actually calmness so that you can let your mind do what it's made to do, think. So thinking for your mind is actually an exercise, just like pull-ups and push-ups is for your body. People think that in order to be wise, you need to travel a lot, meet a lot of people, and actually become old. And I agree to a certain extent. But those are just resources. Imagine eating nutritious and healthy food and not exercising and expecting to be ripped. Now, healthy foods and nutritious foods are actually a resource. They are potential. They could be used to get a good body. But without exercise, they are just resources. And the same case with traveling and meeting a lot of people and actually getting old. You can't get wise if you don't reflect on those experiences that you've gained from those traveling moments or talking with different diverse set of people. And being a hikikomori or alone gives you enough time to sit back and reflect on those life experiences. Doesn't matter if you're not as old or you haven't had a lot of time under your belt. If you give your mind enough time, it will slowly start reflecting on those moments. And the reason that hikikomoris are wise, as I said, is because they have actually thought about their life experiences. And it's not an option when you're alone, because when you don't have anything to do, your mind forces you to think. And thinking brings all these experiences, whether it be small or big, and then makes you ruminate and contemplate those experiences. You start to question, why did I do that a few years back? Or why did this happen? Or what should I do now? And judging from past experiences, you can gather enough knowledge and predict what's going to happen if you take a certain decision. So in that regard, you can become wise when you reflect on your life. And you will also be cautious not to fall into bad predicaments. I mean, the sole reason that hikikomoris tend to be isolated or away from people is because they have seen the bad side of people. They have actually given themselves enough time to sit back and think and understand that people can be unpredictable. So they decide to keep away from them. That's actually a sign of reflecting on their experiences with people. They also become great problem solvers and self-aware. Not only will you become wise in terms of your own life, dealing with your own life, you will actually become wise in terms of how to deal with other people when you reflect on your life. In solitude, you begin to contemplate your own sufferings, and because of that, you become more empathetic. The next time you see someone going through a bad time, a rough time, instead of judging them, you sort of understand them. There are so many YouTube videos where I've seen the YouTuber becoming vulnerable and stating their own weaknesses and calling themselves losers. And I've seen people who are going through the same stuff comment below that they understand their situation. So when they understood themselves, they have actually understood others. And this is the same case with hikikomoris. They are the outcast of society and they don't play by any rules. That's why when someone else is kicked out by society because they don't meet their ideals and standards, hikikomoris are ready to embrace them and empathize with them because they know what it's like to be shunned and get judged. And all of this doesn't apply to hikikomoris alone because you don't have to sit alone for 24/7 and reflect and think just to become wiser. If you can spare a few hours a week and just dedicate those hours to thinking, I think you can become a better person. And when you're a hikikomori, you're forced to do those things and forced to reflect on your life and become wiser. Try thinking a bit, it's good. Because if we all we do in life is to eat and sleep, what are we? Nothing, just animals.